Rivers State Governor, Siminalayi Fubara, has urged residents of the state to remain composed and united despite heightened political tension. The governor assured that his administration will neither be distracted nor cowed by what he termed the sounds of war. Fubara gave the assurance in his New Year message to the people of Rivers State during the crossover service held at the Chapel of Everlasting Grace, Government House, Port Harcourt. He said his government would continue to rely on prayers, patience and peaceful engagement as its guiding principles for leadership and governance in 2026, rather than confrontation. Governor Fubara reflected on the first 2 years of his administration, describing the period as challenging and turbulent, with internal pressures that slowed developmental progress. However, he noted that Rivers State survived the phase without collapsing, attributing the resilience of the state to divine help and the collective strength of its people. He expressed optimism that the new year would bring stability, renewed direction and faster development. Calling on residents to ignore political intimidation and distractions, the governor referenced the biblical experience of Prophet Elijah, encouraging the people to focus on the still small voice of God instead of being unsettled by threats and provocations. We do not have the instrument of war, the only thing we have is our knees, and we will continue to pray to God. Do not be troubled by the sounds of war you are hearing, Fubara said. He added that Rivers State was stepping into 2026 with hope, confidence and the assurance that those who trust in God would not be put to shame. The governor reaffirmed his commitment to peace and political maturity in the state, stressing that any political alignment or support for President Bola Tinubu ahead of the 2027 general elections would be based on dialogue, understanding and mutual respect, not threats or force. He praised the people of Rivers State and supporters of his administration for their steadfastness, noting that their resilience and loyalty had enabled the government to remain focused and stable in the face of sustained pressure. Earlier in the service, the Government House Chaplain, Pastor Ogan Barasin, in a sermon titled, "At Thy Word," called for total obedience to God in 2026. Warning that delayed obedience could result in delayed testimonies. Citing the Gospel of Luke, he said the new year would demand faith-based action rather than excuses. Pastor Barasin declared 2026 a year of visible and tangible miracles for those who trust and obey God, while offering prayers and prophetic declarations for peace, progress and lasting stability in Rivers State.